Does OCD make you want to know for certain? We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist. I make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about one of the most common struggles with OCD. And that is the need for certainty. Is that you? You just have to know, you have to make sure, but just in case. We're going to talk all about that, but before I get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified because I do make new videos every Thursday. So it's interesting how OCD has so many flavors, so many themes. It can show up in so many different ways, so many different disguises that come with OCD. The framework is always the same. It's that intrusive thought or feeling and the need to do or avoid something to get that brief relief. And the more you do or avoid to get that brief relief from this intrusive thought or feeling, the bigger it grows and around it goes. And one of the main fuels, not always, but one of the main fuels for this beginning part is the doubt. It's the uncertainty. And so you can take so many different thoughts, intrusive thoughts that people have that are really different. And underneath all that is the uncertainty. Am I going to get sick? I don't know. How do I know for sure? Can I prevent that? Let me do these things. Did I touch germs? I'm not sure. Let me prevent that from happening. Is that going to make me feel disgusted or gross? Let me do what I can do to prevent that because I'm uncertain whether I'll be able to handle that. Am I going to turn into a bad person? Am I a bad person? I'm not 100% sure. And I want to be 100% sure. Am I going to hurt other people? Am I going to hurt myself? Are other people going to hurt me? I'm not sure. And so I have to be 100% sure that I'm going to not do that. And so it's at the root, it's at the foundation of so many upsetting thoughts and themes related to OCD. But when you accept this, what I'm about to say, not that it's going to make it any easier, but when you accept this, everything starts to unravel. We don't know. When you accept that you don't know, and that you actually don't get to control that. You don't get to control whether you get sick. You don't get to control whether you are or aren't something. You can't be 100% certain about literally anything. And when you accept that I have to accept the unknown, that even though it is very likely that this particular thing won't happen, and OCD is saying, but if it's 0.01%, there's a chance, and you have to get rid of that 0.01%. You can't, because that's the very nature of life, that we live in uncertainty. And that brings doubt because we can't guarantee that something may or may not happen or that you may or may not turn into this person. It's very unlikely, but we can't give you that 100% certainty. And when you're craving that, which OCD will make you crave, then your head starts to spin in circles because you'll develop all these compulsions, or you'll start to mentally argue with yourself, or you'll start to avoid things to get that 100%. If I just do this, say this, avoid this, then I can be certain. But you know what? In reality, you can't. You can't guarantee 100%. So when you sit with the uncertainty and you say, oh, I really want to do this thing just in case, just to make sure, or I really need to check one more time because I'm not exactly sure, I'm going to just sit with the uncertainty. And that does not feel good. But when I do it, and the more I do it over and over and over again, the more I'm able to tolerate that. And when I can tolerate the uncertainty that life will bring you, that life brings all of us, that OCD highlights for you and lets you know that you can't tolerate. When you say, you know what, I'm going to learn to tolerate this. I can handle this. I may not know 100%. And I know that I can't. Because even if I try to get that 100%, I ask the people I love, hey, what do you think? Or I ask them questions to offer me reassurance. It won't be enough because then I have to ask it again or do the thing again or avoid the thing again. And so sitting with the discomfort and saying, nothing is 100% certain. Nothing at all. Then you've beat OCD at its own game. Because at that point you're like, I can never get that 100%. And none of us can. Those of us that have OCD, those of us that don't have OCD, nothing is 100%. And guess what? It's okay. We don't have to know everything. It doesn't feel okay, but it is okay. And we will all be okay with the uncertainty, because whether we like it or not, or we accept it or not, because you might be saying, Natasha, I'm not going to accept that. That's not okay. I don't want to know that there's a 0.01% chance that this can happen, or I can turn into this, or I am that. No. But you know what? We don't get that choice. We all live with that uncertainty. We all live with that doubt. And we also learn to focus on the things that bring us joy. We learn to stay in the moment. And we learn to live with intention. We learn to focus on the things that bring us gratitude and happiness. And OCD will try to steal that away. So I hope this helps a little bit. I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do, because when you're stuck in 100% certainty, you lose the sparkle. And I hope that you can find that. And I'll be back again on Thursday. Take care.